Everyone knows Andrew Tate for the controversial figure he is, but people seem to forget his life in the sports career. In this video, we're here to bring you an insight into the life of Andrew Tate before he was what he is now. Andrew Tate's record as a kickboxer. Tate began his kickboxing career in 2007, when he was 20 years old. Over the course of more than 13 years, he won 76 of his 85 fights, which is a very good record. Tate told James English in 2021, "I pretty much took it one step at a time and wanted to be good." He also said that one of his main goals was to never work in a normal job. You win, you win, you win again, you get a shot at the title, you win, and before you know it, you're on top. Sidekick Boxing says that when Tate challenged Scott Gibson for the British light heavyweight title in one of his first fights, he took a huge step up. In the fourth round, an overhand right knocked him out. After winning English titles at cruiserweight and lightweight, Tate, an athlete from Luton, went to France to fight Jean-Luc Benoit for the ISKA's world title. "I only had 3 days' notice before my first shot at the world title," he said. "I only had 3 days to lose 9 kilograms. Everyone thought I would lose because I had lost so much weight, but I beat them all. They gave the other person the power to make decisions. I was competing in France against a French world champion, but he beat me. We sent the tape to ISKA, and they wanted a rematch because it was clear that I had won. In 2011, this took place in Luton. If I hadn't had to lose a lot of weight, I would have knocked him out in the 8th round and won the world title for the first time," Tate said. "It was good, but I never felt like I had everything I needed. It was fine, move on. That's how I've always been." Tate almost lost the Showtime 85 Max Global title to champion Sahak Paparian in Belgium the next year. He was then knocked out in the first round of Infusion 3's Trial of the Gladiator series by a flying knee KO. Tate didn't let that stop him from winning a second world title at cruiserweight in France by split decision and fighting for Infusion's world title in Slovakia in 2014, where he lost by decision in the semifinals. Tate has had 3 fights in Romania. One of the highlights of his career was beating the famous kickboxer Wendell Roche in London in 2014. Tate was only the second fighter in hundreds of fights to knock out the Amsterdam-based juggernaut. Luton's Storm Gym stable calls Tate a devastating fighter who has knocked out dozens of opponents. I've always wondered, and I don't want to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but do you ever look at the world and feel like we're in the Matrix and something's missing? Tate asked English to marry him by using philosophical terms that his supporters knew. Everything seems to be on the surface. I kept looking for this secret all the time. I wouldn't say I was happy, but I was always trying to get away from the 9-to-5 boredom of everyday life. I thought for a long time that the only way out was to fight." Now, let's talk about the MMA record of Andrew Tate. Tate started his MMA career in 2006. He fought 6 times for the Ultimate Warrior Company in Essex. One of those fights was an amateur match with Luke Barnett, who would later fight for the UFC. Later, Barnett and Tate sparred together, and Tate's training kick is said to have broken one of Barnett's ribs. Tate beat Matthew Wilkins by decision and knocked out Shane Kavanaugh as a professional MMA fighter before losing to Reza Meldavian by decision. Tate also beat Lee Mayo as an amateur by putting him in a guillotine choke. He then lost to William Morley by decision. Will KSI go up against Andrew Tate? KSI, whose real name is JJ Olatunji and who is a boxer and YouTuber, had been linked to a fight with Tate as part of the Misfits boxing promotion, which he is a part of. Even though KSI, who is smaller, isn't sure if he can make up the 15-kilogram difference between the two fighters' official weights, the company specializes in boxing matches between celebrities who don't know much or anything about the sport. Tate said that KSI was afraid of getting hurt and losing his contract. He told Mirror Fighting he wants to take advantage of his fans, scam them all, and waste everyone's time. He knows we're going to fight. Why fight with me when he can beat up idiots for millions of dollars? KSI said that after his fight with Dylan Dennis in January 2023 at Wembley Arena, he would of course be willing to fight Tate. Dennis has dropped out of the competition, so KSI will now go up against FaZe Temper. In December 2022, KSI told Kai Cenat, "He's been calling me out left, right, and center. I've told Andrew Tate that I want to fight him. Will Jake Paul and Andrew Tate fight?" Aside from the limitations of their platforms, Jake and Logan Paul are two of the few famous people in the world who have as many followers on social media as Tate. Logan Paul has said that he could choke Tate in 15 seconds if they fought in MMA. But Jake Paul is much more likely to be able to beat Tate in the near future. Tate and the camp of the younger Paul have been in talks, and there are rumors that the two are going to meet in February. In November 2022, they set up two fake fights. One of them was a fight between boxing legend Floyd Mayweather and YouTuber Deji. Tate told English, "I really retired because I woke up one day, looked at my life and thought, I'm fighting 7 hours a day. What else could I do if I spent 7 hours a day on something else? I had a little bit of money from fighting, but I wasn't rich. I thought to myself, what's the point of being the world champion if I can't buy Lambos with my credit card? What does it matter? I thought, I want to be rich now. That's exactly why I gave up my job. I'm always looking for new things to do. I want to fight again now that I have money." So to wrap this all up, what makes Andrew Tate so controversial? Tate was kicked off the UK version of Big Brother in 2016. After a video of him hitting a woman with a belt was made public. Tate said that the woman was a friend and that the video had been changed. He said that the two of them were really actually joking. Some of Tate's comments on his popular social media sites are criticized by domestic violence groups. And he was banned from Twitter in 2017 after saying that rape victims carry responsibility for their attacks. Tate has said that he is sexist, but told The Guardian in 2022 that he was playing a funny persona to explain it away. Internet sensationalism has spread the idea that I'm against women, which couldn't be further from the truth, he said, adding that he has given money to help women and is truly innocent. Tate was kicked off of Facebook and Instagram in August of 2022 because he broke Meta's rules about harmful organizations and people. Tate has almost 5 million followers on Instagram, and videos of him on TikTok have been watched billions of times. Misogyny is a bad idea that is not allowed on TikTok. A spokeswoman for the app said, "We've been taking down infringing videos and accounts for weeks, and we're glad to hear that other sites are doing the same thing." After Elon Musk took over Twitter, Tate got into an argument with climate activist Greta Thunberg in December of 2022. He was bragging about his collection of luxury cars and asked the teenager for her email address so he could send her a list of their emissions. Thunberg's statement said that Tate should enlighten her by sending an email to smalldickenergy@getalife.com. That went viral. Most people thought it was a joke about Tate. Tate's interviews with hosts like Piers Morgan are often watched by millions of people. Before questioning Tate in 2023, Morgan said that he was one of the most infamous people in the world, who was known for misogynistic tirades. Tate told Morgan in the interview that his ideas had been misrepresented by using short excerpts from long-form content he had made, and that no woman had come forward to accuse him of harassing them. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.